Hello, welcome to Intermediate Yoga. My name is Anna. I'll be teaching today a class dedicated to my favorite asana. That I sometimes can do it, sometimes I can't, so we'll see how it goes, but we're going to do a whole bunch of preparations for it. The asana is called Bird of Paradise, and that's for sure an intermediate class. That's what we're doing today, intermediate yoga. So let's sit into cross-legged position. You can bring one foot in front of the other or one heel in front of the other. My favorite way to do Sukhasana is in half lotus. That's the way that my knees rest, my hips rest, and I can stay for long periods of time in meditation. But certainly everybody's different. You take the way that suits your body best. Right here, first than anything, I want you to open up a little bit into your heart and into your chest. For Bird of Paradise, you need a chest and shoulder open. Tuck shoulder blades in towards the spine. Open up in Mudra. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to go forward and down. On the next inhale, go up, lift. On the exhalation, we go forward and down. On the next inhale, go one more time, up, up, up. And last exhalation, we're going to go forward and down. On the next inhale, bring yourself all the way up, lifting up. And on the exhalation, release your arms by your sides, shaking your arms, releasing your wrist for a moment. Put your hands up into prayer and let's breathe 5 times together to the back of your throat in Ujjayi breath. As you breathe these 5 times, I hope you're practicing on a place that has a lot of ventilation, lots of light, maybe lots of sun coming your way. Maybe hopefully we get to break a little bit of a sweat. Remember, in these times, keeping your immune system working, sweating, cleansing is important. Bring your hands in prayer in front of your chest. Om Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Welcome everybody to class. Well, let's do the first warm-up in relationship with the big asana we're going to do today. It's ideal to start class. It's ideal to check out how your hamstrings are. There are 3 major parts on your body that you need to open for a Bird of Paradise. Is first of all hamstrings, then the shoulder, and final and not least your hips. So we're going to start with a gentle butterfly to check out how the body is this morning or afternoon whenever you're seeing this class. Take a deep inhale. You're going to bring your chest up, lift up, and you're going to start going forward and down. When I do O-level classes or when I do beginner classes, I give much more instruction into asanas. Right now I'm maintaining myself focus into have a little bit more flow, not so much into alignment cues that you should have already if you are in an intermediate class. Let yourself be heavy, head heavy. And it's normal that you feel a little bit locked if it's the first thing that you're doing in the morning and it's the first asana you're doing today. See how the hips feel. Take another inhale. And on the exhalation, we're going to roll up. Roll up. Bottom to top, lift, lift, lift. Roll your shoulders up and down, lift, rise, and now bring the knees together. Taking a deep inhale, holding the front part of the legs or interlacing fingers, and on the exhale, round your spine a little bit to open into sacrum, like an angry cat, just to wake up the spine. And on the next inhale, we're gonna lift up. We're gonna cross the ankles in front of you. Just make sure you know what foot is in front. Right now in the version that I'm doing, right heel in, left foot out. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, right here in cross-legged position, make your way up and stay with your upper body down. We're gonna do this variation of Uttanasana with your feet crossed. See if you can get the toes as line as you can. Take a deep inhale, lift the heart and the chest all the way up. And on the exhalation, bring the forehead down towards the shins. Try to square your hips. And remember, you should have blocks or a thick book underneath your hands if you don't touch the ground and you feel your balancing is compromised. Keep breathing. Inhale through your nose. And on the exhalation, you're going to bring yourself closer and closer to the shins. Now, you take a deep inhale. We're going to lift halfway right here. Very carefully on the exhale, you're going to go back to sitting. And this time, we're going to go up a bit in here into embryo pose, bringing the heels in towards your body. Getting our abs to have the first wake-up call in the morning. So make yourself a little small in here, even smaller. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhalation, we're going to release into it. And we're going to hold in one. Going to hold in two. Take another inhale. And on the exhalation, bring the legs in front of you. Cross the other way. That's it. Bring your feet into the floor. Take a deep inhale. And the same thing, we're just changing legs. Going to this cross leg Uttanasana. Really nice to begin working into hamstrings, IT band. Take a deep inhale. Come up halfway. Everything rises away from the legs. And on the exhalation, we're going to go forward, forward, and down. Sit bones up to the ceiling. Keep breathing. Beautiful, long Ujjayi breath. Feeling, of course, all the side of the leg, how it pulls a little bit into your buttocks. How it pulls into piriformis muscle, just beginning to open. Pull is probably the wrong word, my apology. Saying nicely stretching into your leg. Pull is nearby dangerous, and majority of the yoga sometimes is too focused into flexibility, not so much stability. So right now, always try to stabilize your body. Bring the forehead down to the shin and breathe. On the next inhale, we're going to lift halfway, rise back up. And on the exhalation, we're going to sit down, 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 all the way down. And once you're down, sitting into cross-legged position, recapture your legs all the way up into this beautiful embryo pose and the other side. So you're going to notice that one side feels absolutely different than the other. It's because you always start the steps with the same leg. You always open the fridge with the same arm. And that obviously will create an imbalance between the duality right and left. So that's what yoga is very good at. Try to bring balance in your body. Take another inhale right here. On the exhale, let go. Try to hold your embryo, waking up your abdomen. Good. Nice. We're going to connect to our first vinyasa right here after that little bit of a hamstring stretch. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, you roll a little bit forward. Bring one leg back and then the other behind you. And just nicely and gently, you're going to go up into a high push-up. push-ups and opening into your hips a little bit. Bring your feet together. Take a deep inhale. Right leg outside, right elbow up. Inhale, the leg goes back. Exhale, the leg goes back into center. Inhale, the leg goes back. Exhale, you cross to the other side. Inhale, go back, left leg. Exhale, outside. Inhale, center. You're still in plank. Exhale, in. Inhale, go back. And on the exhale, go to the other side. Mobilizing the pelvis, working with core. Inhale, right here. Exhale, knees into the floor. Tops of the feet on the ground, and just simply inhale. Start up your class with a relaxed upper dog and stretch up, pulling the shoulders down. Breathe here 3 times. Relaxed upper dog has the legs on the ground, and I feel it's a beautiful beginning of the day stretch. Take a deep inhale right here. On the exhale, go back to extended child's pose. On the next inhale, one breath takes you all the way forward and up. One exhale takes you back to extended child's pose. One inhale takes you up. One exhale takes you into child's. Inhale, going forward one more time. And exhale, going back. And this time we're going to go inhale all the way forward. And on the exhale, this time you're going to go back to downward facing dog. Hands shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart, doing traction back to the legs. Opening into your shoulders, breathe. Doing that lovely traction, that lovely stretch. Now a little bit of your hamstrings. What we're gonna do here is just open your feet on the outsides of your mat. And now walk the hands behind you, sit bounce to the ceiling. So you're really working into a hamstring stretch. And also a variation of melting heart and a Hadasana. So the sit bones are up to the ceiling. There's certain traction of your body back. And as you lean back, you feel the stretch on the back of your legs. Breathing into Ujjayi. Strong to your feet, planting yourself. Let's prepare this second movement in this same asana. You're gonna bring your hands right underneath the shoulders. Take yourself up halfway, lift. Beginning to open upper body and shoulder. And now bring the right hand on the floor, fingertips to the left. Try to maintain your body aligned. Take a deep inhale. Everything rises. On the exhale, the left arm is going to go up, lift up, and you rise up. Let's start preparing that shoulder for that big bind of bird of paradise. If you're advanced and you know your arm can keep open, shoulder can keep open, and do binds, you're going to go back. You're going to bring the hand all the way on the inner thigh. Right here is my hand. Grab the inner thigh and continue opening. So that's preparing the shoulders for bird of paradise to keep the chest, the shoulder open. That's a way that I love to work in yoga. When I'm going to do a sequence and I'm doing my personal practice or I'm teaching into the studio, I really like to work all the parts of that big asana at the end. So when you finally reach the asana, the body cooperates and is ready. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, you bring your hand down. You switch sides. Let's bring your chest up. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhalation, we're going to open up. Turn your chest up. Bring all the body nicely twisted and try to remain center, lifted, and open. And one more time, if binding is an option, you're going to send the hand behind you. Grab into the inner thigh. Once you have gotten that inner thigh, keep twisting, keep opening. Breathe. Preparing that shoulder, preparing your hamstrings, warming up into torso. Beautiful. And now on the next inhale, we're going to bring your arm up. And on the exhale, we're going to bring your hands down. And right here on the next inhale, you're going to lift halfway one more time. And on the exhale, you're going to send your hands behind you. And this class is going to be almost like a tutorial class, and it's specific for Bird of Paradise. What kind of poses will I choose to get ready for this pose? Of course, if you're an intermediate or an advanced yogi and you would like to do right now tripod, you can go and do a lift into your head. I'm going to skip it today, but it's your practice, it's your body. Ujjayi. Now, let's bring your hands right underneath the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. We're going to come halfway up. Lift up, 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 up. And on the exhalation, you're going to step your hands forward in front of you. Release one leg at a time back to your downward facing dog, which is going to feel lovely. You're going to go one foot up and the other one down. Carefully in here. On the next inhale, you're going to go again, feet hip width apart and come up into your beautiful high push-up. Mobilizing again the head of the femur to become open, feet together. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, right knee outside the right elbow, nice and high. Inhale back. Exhale into center. Inhale back. Exhale cross. Inhale back, left. Exhale outside. Inhale back. Exhale center. Inhale back one more time. Exhale cross. One more time on the next inhale, you go back. If you want to add a chaturanga, pick up the neck, go slowly down. Inhale up. Oh, upper dog. Balancing on the tops of your feet. And on the exhale, go back to downward facing dog. Breathing in here. I'm going to switch sides for the next warm-up vinyasa for Bird of Paradise. This is one of my favorite ways to open up. One more time, stepping your feet outside your mat. Walking the hands behind you. We're going to take a deep inhale. We're going to lift halfway up. On the exhale, you're going to turn the right foot forward. Turn your entire body forward. Go into a low lunge. Make sure that the knee doesn't have any pain. Open up your hip and rise up and lift up. Right here, you're going to count 5 breaths. Going into a big stretch into the front part of the leg. Keep breathing. Arms are nice and straight. Hips are going forward. On the last breath, you take another inhale. On the exhale, you bring your hands down. Lift the knee up. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, bring your feet parallel. And now rotate to the other side. Bring the knee bent over the ankle. Front knee bends and take a deep inhale. Stretching into the other side. Lift up. And now bring your arms up and breathe here 5 times. Really feeling it in here. Really opening into your pelvis. On the next inhale, bring yourself up one more time. On the exhalation, bring your hands down into the floor. Take a deep inhale. Bring the back leg off the ground and up. And on the exhale, turn one more time yourself. Open, feet parallel. Now, on the next inhale, you're going to lift up halfway, rise. And on the next exhalation, what you're going to do is open your toes sideways. So you want the heel and the toe to be aligned and pointed sideways, both sides. Okay, warning. This might not work for everybody. This is Abhinyasa to open the back of the leg, Abhinyasa to open the hip, but careful, this is not to hurt your knees. Take a deep inhale, in, breathe. Exhale, use your hands to walk slowly down to one side. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go to the other side, and each time you go down, you make sure the knees are okay. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, landing and feeling all the opening in here, knee pointing up, toes are flexed. Inhale. Exhale, landing, taking an extra long exhalation. And last time, inhale. And on the exhale, let's sit down for a moment. And you can go and bind behind you. Flex your toes, lift the chest, shoulder is back. If this is impossible to do, you can do many other stretches into your hip. This is just a suggestion. Put your hands on the ground, take a deep breath. And on the exhale, sit down to the other side. And this is again another bind, another preparation to go deep into something similar that is going to happen as right now is your bind in Bird of Paradise. Sitting down a little bit deeper, stretching into the back of the leg. This is basically how closely you're going to look when you're all the way up. Nice. Now let's release, and on the next inhale, we're going to finally get up again one more time. Lift up. And on the exhale, turn your feet parallel one more time. Turn the heels slightly in. Take a deep inhale, halfway, lift up. And on the exhalation, we're going to bring the forehead down for a little bit of rest. In. Hopefully the sound is okay even if my head is down. Good. Now place your hands right underneath the shoulders. Place yourself up on the next inhale. On the exhale, we're going to turn your foot forward, bring your hands onto the ground, step your leg back to a beautiful high push-up. One more time, inhale, exhale, right leg outside, inhale, leg back, exhale, leg center, inhale, leg back. Exhale, cross. Inhale, back. Exhale, left leg out. Inhale, back. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale to the other side. Inhale. Chaturanga, full. Exhale down slowly. Inhale, lift the heart and the chest. And on the exhalation, we're going to turn back into downward facing dog. Okay, breathe. We're getting closer and closer to our gold asana. Let's do side angle. I think you're probably going to figure it out if you can do bird of paradise in the next couple of preparations. On the next inhale, the right foot forward, step between your hands. And on the exhale, plant your heel onto the ground. You never attempt to do this if you don't watch the alignment that the heel aligns with the other heel and the foot slightly in, and having enough separation into the legs so the hips stay down. Let's begin with warrior two. Take a deep breath. And on the exhale, do all the alignment checks so you can flow nicely into side angle. Sometimes it gets a little bit difficult to do the class, to breathe and to speak, especially into the intermediate class when it gets a little bit hot, sweaty, and demanding. Bend the knee over the ankle, back leg nice planted. Enjoying your warrior, enjoying the warmth that you're starting to create on your body. Take a deep inhale. Regular side angle first. On the exhale, forearm on top of your leg, arm over the ear. I think a little bit more advanced, and preparing into your side angle, we'll be bringing the arm. And the first variation, taking this gently, we'll be offering a bind, bringing your arm over and the hand down to the floor. So here the hips drop a little bit more. Your shoulder is back. And breathe. Here we go. If this bind happens, then you're a step closer to do your bird of paradise. Release this simple bind, and what you're gonna do is, feeling absolutely level, bring your hands back and bind your hands behind you. I show you quickly doing it to the other side. I'm gonna return to this side, but I think it's very worth it for you to see the bind. This is how it looks. You can grab from your wrist, you can grab from your hands, but definitely the shoulder is back and the chest is open. Going back to the first view so I can finish warm up in one side. Lift up into your heart, lift up into your chest. Breathe, strong legs, beautiful alignment. Release, and on the next inhale, get back into warrior two. And on the exhale, bend your knee over the ankle and breathe 5 times in here. Strength into your leg, you're gonna need it. Inhale, and on the exhalation, we're gonna go into revolved warrior, Revolvandrasana. Continue, knee bend over the ankle, back leg absolutely straight. Just give it a mild squeeze into your low back. It's actually pleasant. Go back to mama pose, warrior inhale. Windmill your hands down on the exhale. Send your leg back. More core work, more hip opener. Inhale. And on the exhale, right leg outside. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, leg center. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, cross. Inhale, back. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale, back. Exhale, cross. Inhale. And on the exhalation, we go down into Chaturanga. Inhale. upper dog. Exhale, downer facing dog. Switching the view so you can witness the other side. On the next inhale, the left foot is going to step forward in between your hands. Big step. Landing. Hips are low. Getting your adjustments first. Heel to heel align. Back foot in. Hip is in. You know all of this as you're in intermediate and you open up into warrior. Bend the knee over the ankle. No pain into the knee. And look forward. Nice and extended. Nice and open. Now from here, after you've done your 5 breaths and you know the hips are nice and low, simple side angle stretch, preparation for bird of paradise. Take a deep inhale, open up. And on the exhalation, forearm over your leg, arm straight over the ear. If you want to start trying the binds, the arm goes behind you. You can bind on your leg and put your hand on the ground. This will be the first drop. Breathe. Remember, if you're not able to do bird of paradise, you have done an entire class, an entire set of very powerful asanas that could potentially prepare you to at some point be able to do it. Now, if that's okay, the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna bind your hands, tuck the shoulders, and lift up, really rolling that shoulder back. Breathe. Hold. Put your hand down into the floor, and if you were binding, reaching your arm over the ear. Take a deep inhale, return back to warrior, and on the exhale, go in again into finding that strength into your leg. Back leg straight. You are feeling your quad, arms are straight again. 5 breaths. In any moment, remember you're not a statue. If you feel something wrong in your body, immediately find correct adjustment. Especially if you're intermediate, you know your body better than anybody. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're gonna go into revolve Bandhasana. Inhale, return back to warrior. Exhale, windmill your legs down. Set your leg back. Right here, take a deep inhale. Last time on the exhale, right knee outside. Inhale back. Exhale center. Inhale back. Exhale sideways. Inhale back. Switch. Exhale. Inhale center. Inhale back. Exhale cross. Inhale back. Exhale full chaturanga. Inhale upper dog. And on the exhalation, let's go back to downer facing dog. Nice. I'm going to suggest for everybody you take the next child's pose to rest the muscle of the quadricep, thigh muscle. To close your spine a little bit. Rest your shoulders and have 5 breaths with any arm variation that you like. I happen to like to stabilize my neck whenever I'm in child's pose so my neck doesn't hang like a hook forward or like a question mark, and that stabilizes a little bit into the neck curve.
Now the other 5 breaths, suggesting more warm up into your shoulders. Do another 5 breaths with the arms interlaced behind you, grabbing each elbow with each hand and tucking the shoulder blades in, if that's okay and possible. Breathe 5 times. And the last 5 times, bring your arms up, tuck shoulder blades in towards the spine, nicely lifted. Inhale. And on the exhale, we're gonna lift up to the crown of the head, right there. Breathe, stimulation again. If you didn't do your tripod, this is a wonderful alternative to get into your 7th chakra. Wonderful opportunity to open chest muscle, pec muscle, shoulder in towards the spine, arms nicely lifted. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhalation, you're going to return bum to your heels. Take a deep breath. And on the exhalation, you're going to curl up. Resist with the arms away from your body. Lift, lift, lift. Rise. Take a deep breath. Inhale. And on the exhalation, we're going to rest your arms. Rest your shoulders. Beautiful. Getting back in here into downward facing dog. Here it comes, the moment of truth. Let's see how this goes. Arms in front of you. Take a deep inhale. Rise up into your hands, into your feet. Before we get too tired, let's do the first side and see what happens. I'm gonna actually fold my mat as it's a deep balancing pose, and I like to do it with my feet into the ground. Good. So right here, beautiful downward facing dog. Be careful you don't fall. On the next inhale, you're gonna step now the right foot forward in between your hands. Big step. Bringing the back heel into the ground, and you're going to do regular side angles. So you bring yourself a little bit of length, position yourself correctly, bend the knee over the ankle, place the forearm over the leg, and bring your arm straight over the ear. And from there, you're going to see if you can bring your arm back. Here we go. You grab behind you. Putting the shoulder back, you never try to do the lift with the shoulder forward. I'll show you in a moment. And now look forward to the front foot. And tiny little steps. I do it in 3. Advanced can do it in 1. You do 1 step to the side, 2 steps to the side, 3 steps to the side. And now put the shoulder in. Shift the weight to the other leg, the one that is not binded. Take a deep inhale. Oops. Lift, place the shoulder back, first variation right here, and if you can, extend the supporting leg and extend the leg that is up into the air. Hold, hold, bend your knee, inhale, carefully, go back to the ground. Release. Let's bring the mat back, having a moment. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forehead down. I decided to put the mat aside because this mat is super thick and takes away stability on my ankles for such a big balancing pose. If your mat is thin like this one, you don't need to remove your mat. Inhale halfway up. On the exhale, plant your hands into the ground. Step one leg behind you and then the other. We go slowly down. Inhale up. And exhale into downward facing dog. These classes, even if they're pre-recorded, they're not edited. So if at some moment I fall doing one of the poses, I will never take it away of the video so it looks like it was perfect. Because yoga is far from perfect, it's full of perfect imperfections. So if you fall, or if I fall, it's part of life. What you do? You get up again. Let's take a second to fold the mat, trying to calculate where the balancing pose is going to be on the other side. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhalation, you're going to bring now the left foot forward in between your hands, the other side. As the leg lands into the ground, you're going to bring the back heel on the floor and start up lifting, getting your measurements correct. Bend your knee and just start with side angle, simple. Stretching. Breathe. Now sending your arm back if you're nice and low. Let's see if we can grab behind you into your bind, open chest. You switch your gaze forward. 3 little steps. 1, 2, and 3. Let's block the shoulder when you're ready with drishti and slowly do your lift. Rise, put the shoulder back. The hip moves back. And when you're ready, see if you can extend the leg. Bend your knee. Take a deep inhale. And the exhalation. Slowly, slowly. Bring your leg down to the ground. If you're on your mat, just stay where you are. If you folded the mat, return into your mat. Last vinyasa. Inhale halfway. And on the exhale, plant your hands into the ground. Take a jump step back. If you want full chaturanga, inhale, lift. And on the exhale, back to downward facing dog. Look out forward, take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, let's sit down. Opening your legs nice and wide. We're going to do a little bit of a split. Land into sitting. This is going to help you not to be sore in your hamstrings or back of the legs tomorrow. And also to bring the energy down before we close. This little bit of tutorial into Bird of Paradise. Remember, these classes are recorded. You can see it as many times into the moment, the preparation that you actually went up. Getting the fire to cool off. Keeping the legs comfortably open. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhalation, we're going to cascade forward. Forward. And you know, if your limit was here, if there is more space, you can maybe try going feast on top of feast or block underneath your forehead. And if there is space, you're going to go all the way down. Maybe stretching into your arms and shoulders. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders. Bring yourself up. Next inhale, all the way up. And on the exhale, place your hands behind you. Bend your knees. Return your legs back to the ground. Windshield wiper for a second, side to side. So if butterfly was the way that we started class warming up, full dragonfly, which is what we did, will be the big sister of butterfly. Nice to finish with. Now we're gonna go all the way to the front. I'm gonna recommend you have your props around in case you need them. And you're gonna go one vertebrae at a time down on your back, hugging the knees into your chest. The follow-up will be a gentle way to finish with frog pose with a slight lift into your pelvis, into the sacrum, to not be quite as tense and be able to access your groins, because this was a big class for groins. So right here, we're gonna first rest your lower back. This is gonna feel delicious and fantastic. We're finishing class with a little bit of a restorative flair. And now, right from here, open the legs, grab the arches of your feet, and with that little cushion as a wedge, try your window pose, try your happy baby. And access those groins, relax into the groins. Cooling off the body, almost done for Shavasana. And now you're gonna let yourself go for a moment. Squeeze the knees to your chest. And a perfect ending for this class will be to open front part of the leg, hip, in the complete opposite way. So we're gonna let the legs go down into the floor. Put the cushion right underneath sacral dimples. Not too high, not too low, right into the lower back, and stretch your legs in front of you. And this is going to feel wonderful. It actually does. Right through this part, and if you want, you can open your arms to your sides. If your shoulders feel a little bit uptight for all the shoulder work we did, feel free to bring your arms up. You can even do a little bit of cactus arms, or grab each elbow with each palm and just stretch as you wish. Yoga. And now, finally, you're ready. Bring the knees, bend your feet flat on the ground. Raise your hips. Next inhale. And on the exhalation, we're going to let that block move aside. Let the hips go back to the ground. Hug the knees one more time into your chest. And you're done. 4, Shavasana, relaxation. This beautiful rest, this beautiful opportunity for the body to let go of so much movement and jumps and sweat, and also find this calmness, this rest, peace, relaxation. Start to move your hands and your feet. Full body stretch. Stretch your arms over the head. Stretch the legs. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And now bring the knees back into your chest. Roll over to one side and lift. Well, 60 days today, Monday, since we launched the project online, since we are closed due to COVID-19 crisis, as all of the yoga studios probably in the world are. Many of us, from one day to the other, our lives change. I'm still trying to keep the studio alive, paying rent, and we honestly don't know when are we going to be ready or be let to come back to the studio. So we're doing the best we can to offer an option to all our members, and also welcoming from all over the world. We're nearby 500 members to this online virtual studio. Thank you if you have donated on the past. And if you haven't donated and you want to, if you scroll down, there is a donation button that you can press. And it's very easy into PayPal. You already have almost, I think by the end of this week, 80 classes available for you, English, Spanish, and bilingual. I'm Anna. I'm the director of Drishti Center. You can find me Ana Paula Hernandez on Facebook, Ana Yoga Drishti on Instagram. Thank you so much. Have a lovely beginning of your week. Happy Monday.
Namaste. See you next time.